Throughout her celebrated career, Marie Osmond had always seemed like a symbol of grace, optimism, and unshakable strength. Audiences around the world knew her as the smiling face of a legendary musical family, a performer who appeared untouched by hardship. Yet one unforgettable moment revealed just how fragile even the brightest stars can be. During her appearance on a major televised dance competition, Marie collapsed on stage, losing consciousness in front of millions of viewers. At first, it was treated as an unfortunate on-air incident, a brief interruption in an otherwise polished performance. Few realized at the time that this moment reflected a lifetime of unseen struggles, emotional wounds, and quiet resilience that Marie had carried for decades beneath her radiant smile. A performance that ended in silence. When Marie stepped onto the stage that night, she carried herself with the confidence of a seasoned performer. Paired with her professional dance partner, she delivered a powerful routine that earned thunderous applause from the audience. Her movements were precise, passionate, and controlled, showing the discipline she had honed since childhood. But as the music ended and the applause swelled, something unexpected happened. Marie suddenly collapsed, the energy of the room evaporating in an instant. Viewers watched in shock as the cameras cut away and stagehands rushed to her side. What should have been a triumphant moment turned into one of television's most unsettling live scenes. The explanation and the unspoken truth. Doctors later attributed the incident to physical exhaustion combined with a severe reaction to medication. While that explanation addressed the immediate cause, it failed to capture the deeper reality. Those close to Marie knew that her physical state was only one part of a much larger picture. Behind the scenes, she was enduring intense emotional strain, unresolved pain from her past, and growing tension in her personal life. Her dance partner later shared that while Marie always appeared cheerful and professional, she was quietly carrying a heavy emotional load that few ever saw. Strength in the face of vulnerability. What left a lasting impression was not only the collapse itself, but what followed. Within moments, Marie regained consciousness, offered a reassuring smile, and insisted on standing up. She returned to the stage with remarkable composure, determined not to let the moment define her. That resilience carried her through the rest of the competition, eventually earning her a place among the top finalists. The incident became a powerful symbol, not of weakness, but of the immense pressure Marie had endured while continuing to show up for the world. The hidden weight of motherhood years earlier, Marie had experienced another deeply challenging chapter in her life following the birth of her youngest child. What should have been a time of joy slowly became clouded by emotional darkness. She found herself overwhelmed by feelings she could not explain, disconnected from the happiness she believed she should feel. At a time when mental health struggles were rarely discussed openly, especially for public figures, Marie suffered in silence. The emotional weight became so heavy that she felt lost within her own thoughts, unsure how to ask for help or even describe what she was experiencing. When silence became too loud at the height of this struggle, Marie reached a breaking point. Feeling trapped and unable to cope, she withdrew from her daily life, leaving her family deeply worried. Later, she would describe this period as one of confusion rather than intent, a desperate need to escape the emotional pressure she could no longer contain. That moment served as a wake-up call, revealing just how serious her condition had become. It was also the beginning of a long, difficult journey toward healing and understanding her mental health. Choosing to speak when others stayed quiet, Marie eventually sought professional help and began confronting emotions she had buried for years. Through therapy, reflection, and support from loved ones, she slowly regained balance. What made her journey especially meaningful was her decision to speak publicly about her experience. At a time when such honesty carried risk, she chose to share her story in hopes of helping others feel less alone. Her openness helped change the conversation around maternal mental health, encouraging compassion instead of judgment and understanding instead of silence. A home reduced to ashes. Not long after reclaiming her footing emotionally, Marie faced yet another devastating blow. A sudden fire tore through her family home, destroying nearly everything inside. Years of memories, photographs, and personal mementos were lost in a matter of hours. Although her family escaped unharmed, the emotional impact was profound. The home had represented safety and stability, and its destruction mirrored the growing fractures within her personal life that could no longer be ignored. Cracks beneath the surface. In the aftermath of the fire, long-standing tensions in Marie's marriage became impossible to overlook. The pressures of raising a large family, maintaining a demanding career, and coping with unresolved emotional wounds had taken their toll. What once appeared stable from the outside was unraveling behind closed doors. Despite her efforts to keep the family together, Marie came to realize that continuing in an unfulfilling relationship would only deepen her pain. Choosing separation was one of the most difficult decisions she had ever made, but it was also an act of self-honesty. Rebuilding life after loss. Following the end of her marriage, Marie focused on rebuilding both her personal and professional life. She poured her energy into creative projects and family, determined to provide stability for her children while rediscovering her own sense of purpose. Over time, she found renewed joy in performing and collaborating with loved ones, reminding herself that endings can also be beginnings. Her journey was far from easy, but it reflected her unwavering determination to move forward with integrity. A tragedy beyond words. Just as life seemed to settle into a new rhythm, Marie faced a loss that no parent should ever endure. The passing of her son at a young age shattered her world in ways words could never fully capture. The grief was overwhelming, layered with questions, regret, and heartbreak that lingered long after the initial shock faded. Marie later shared that the pain never truly disappears, it simply changes shape over time, becoming something one learns to carry rather than overcome. Turning grief into purpose. Instead of allowing sorrow to consume her, Marie made the courageous choice to transform her pain into purpose. She became deeply involved in charitable efforts supporting children and families, focusing on emotional well-being and compassionate care. By speaking openly about loss and grief, she helped others feel seen and understood, offering comfort through shared experience. Her advocacy became a lifeline for many, proving that even the deepest sorrow can inspire meaningful change. A childhood marked by silence. Long before fame and fortune, Marie's life was shaped by experiences she did not fully understand as a child. Growing up in the spotlight from an early age, she learned quickly how to perform, smile, and meet expectations. Behind that polished exterior, however, she carried painful memories that would influence her sense of self for years to come. These early experiences taught her how to hide discomfort and prioritize perfection, even at the cost of her own emotional well-being. Learning to reclaim her voice. As an adult, Marie found the courage to speak about the challenges she had faced during her early years. Sharing her story was not easy, but it allowed her to reclaim her voice and redefine her narrative. By acknowledging her past, she freed herself from the shame that had once kept her silent. Her honesty resonated with countless individuals who had faced similar struggles, reinforcing the power of vulnerability as a path toward healing. The pressure to be perfect fame brought with it another kind of challenge, relentless scrutiny. As a young performer, Marie was subjected to rigid expectations about appearance and image. Comments about her body and weight left lasting emotional scars, fueling anxiety and self-doubt. The pressure to conform led her to adopt unhealthy habits, believing that her worth depended on meeting impossible standards. These struggles quietly affected her confidence and reinforced the belief that she had to earn acceptance rather than simply exist as herself. Choosing health over approval. With time, support, and self-reflection, Marie began to challenge those harmful beliefs. She learned to prioritize her health over external approval and to recognize her value beyond physical appearance. By sharing her experiences, she became a powerful advocate for self-acceptance, encouraging others to reject unrealistic expectations and treat themselves with compassion. Her journey highlighted the importance of caring for both body and mind in an industry that often values appearance above all else. Finding peace in the present. Today, Marie Osmond lives a life shaped by gratitude and perspective. She has found peace in her personal relationships and fulfillment in quieter moments spent with family. While she no longer maintains the relentless schedule of her earlier years, she continues to create, inspire, and give back in meaningful ways. Whether through music, writing, or philanthropy, she remains connected to the world while honoring her own boundaries. A life defined by resilience. Marie's story is not one of unbroken success, but of perseverance through adversity. Each challenge she faced added depth to her understanding of herself and others. Rather than allowing hardship to define her, she used it as a foundation for growth, empathy, and service. Her journey reminds us that strength is not the absence of pain, but the courage to continue despite it. The legacy beyond the spotlight. Beyond awards and accolades, Marie Osmond's true legacy lies in her willingness to be human. She has shown that vulnerability can coexist with success, that healing is a lifelong process, and that even those who appear to have everything still face struggles unseen. Her life stands as a testament to resilience, compassion, and the enduring power of hope. Through her story, she continues to inspire others to face their own challenges with honesty, courage, and grace.